Welcome back, everybody. It's May 16th, and I'm right here in the old garden food plot where Monty shot the black bear last year that you guys watched. I got the boys from Ravlin Hill Archery here with their harrow that they got from Westfield Ag and Turf, and we're going to plant some modules. It's called Miscanthus grass. Here's the machine right here. Okay, so we got the modules right here. We have Simazine, which is a pre-emergent. We got the spray and everything that goes with it. James has the, so this is the Miscanthus grass modules.
Like a lot of these, when we're breaking them out of the bag, we're breaking a lot of these apart because they're so big. Mm-hmm. You know, like anything, even like that'll grow. Anything, any of these will.
You just have to put, how deep do you put them in, James?
3-4 inches is what they recommend for. We usually try to go around 4 inches.
4 inches, and how far apart do you plant each module?
16 to 18 inches. And a lot of them we're planting around a foot to 16 inches. And the same with our rows, we're going around 18 inches apart, the rows.
So 18 inches from like one to the other, and then
we're staggering them, so we'd have them 18 inches apart, then we'd also have them staggered.
Okay, so
18 inches apart, but we're staggering them as we're going.
And that way you cover, you know, you create a good screen that way and cover all the gaps.
Way better screen.
What's your growth from year to year, rough? Or like how many years till it's as tall as it's supposed to get?
Around 4 years, probably 3 years. So they grow, the first year they probably grow 3 feet.
And they come in a big bag like this. How much?
Well, so these we bought in bulk in a 10,000 count bag, and then we count them out ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Just put them in the bag like this.
Yep.
So the bag we get is on a pallet. It's a huge bag. It's a 10,000 count.
What's a bag like that? If somebody was going to buy a bag like that from you guys, what's Daniel selling those for?
So if they're buying, you know, a lot of guys are buying like 1,500 to 2,000. We're selling them for 50 cents a piece.
So 50 cents per module?
Exactly.
Okay.
So there's 700 of them in this bag, and the same with that bag. There's 700 of them in there.
I see. So how long till they start popping out of the ground, would you suspect?
I don't know. The ones up at the farm were a week. I mean,
no kidding.
They were out of the ground.
Were they really?
But the thing is, a lot of these, they already started sprouting like that.
Yeah.
So if those, I mean, those are probably the ones we're seeing in a week or so. Like if they're already sprouted like that. So they're just, basically, they're already
so you can already see the grass.
So now the ones that don't, you know, if they don't have that already started like this one, well then that might take a little bit longer.
So the whole process from start to finish, so you go, first I plowed it with a plow, and then Daniel brought the harrow. What was the name of the name of that?
Masio.
The Masio harrow. And he got that from Westfield Ag and Turf. Drew Campbell up there is selling all kinds of different food plot equipment. If you guys are interested, go up and check it out. So then the next step is, what's the next step, James?
We're using the hoe, and we're just making our rows 18 inches apart. We're making rows of full length, and then we're dropping them in, and basically we're just making the rows for just kind of so we have a line to go off.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be pushing them down in.
Where does the simazine come in? Do you spray that after everything's planted?
After we cover it and everything, then we'll go through and spray with simazine and our super line.
Now, what's the super line do?
It's just a liquid lime.
Oh, okay. Gets a good start.
Exactly. So 1 gallon of that is supposed to be equivalent to 1,000.
Is that from Plot Start, or is that? Oh, no.
This is a new company we're dealing with.
It's kind of the same thing as Plot Start then with the lime.
Exactly. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just not. This one doesn't have the. Is it the chloride? Or, it's not supposed to bind your soil as much.
Okay.
Like in the Plot Start, you're supposed to use like a plot till afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's same as like a 1 ton of lime.
Oh, okay.
Hydrated lime.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is kind of instant, like the lime
does, yeah.
starts immediately, whereas if you spread the lime, it won't work
Takes a year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And usually 4 or 5 rows makes a good cover for the miscanthus.
Yeah. So this particular variety of miscanthus grass comes from Real World, and Daniel over the years has used a bunch of different varieties of this stuff, and he believes that the Real World is really the best when it comes to full coverage. It's kind of a stocky material, and some of the other screens that you get, they grow real tall and a long stalk, but what that does is it creates some openings at the bottom because it's not very leafy at the bottoms, where this Real World tends to be more leafy all the way from the bottom to the top, so it creates more screen, the whole way up, whereas some of its competitors don't seem to carry as much foliage down low. So you can still see through it, which is obviously not what you want. If you're planting a screen, you want to make sure that it's screening what you want. You don't want to be able to see through it at all. So I think that's one reason why you would want to go with the Real World versus other varieties of screens from other companies. I think that the Real World's the best when it comes to full coverage, and you guys will be able to see that as this stuff grows. I'll be doing updates on this for the next 3 or 4 years, and show you the progression and how it does and how it comes up. And you guys can go down to Ravlin Hill and talk to the Ravlin Hill guys about it, and get their opinion on it as well. They're going to have it all in stock, and the next 2-3 weeks to a month is a great time to plant this stuff. And they have all kinds of different food plot mixtures as well for spring planting and fall planting as well. So get down there and check the stuff out. They've got some of the best stuff around, the best customer service. You can't beat it. We're gonna get back to work here.
Has a head start.
You guys can see about every 12 to 18 inches, we've got a module in the ground there. And then as they planted it, they just stepped on it to get good seed to soil contact, and then they'll come over and cover it with 3 to 4 inches of soil, and they're going to be good to go.
If it's small ones, I put usually 2 of them closer together. If it's bigger ones, I kind of space them like they suggested.
Okay, that makes sense. So the bigger ones will probably throw more foliage out. Boy, it's muggy out.
It sure is.
well, we got just about all the Miscanthus planted, and now Daniel's going to go through the simazine and spray it all. This is a pre-emergent that's going to kill essentially any weeds that are going to be competing with the Miscanthus coming up, and it'll last throughout, you know, up to 6 or 7 months, right? Doesn't it?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a long time.
Up to 12 months.
Up to 12 months. So
Pretty cool.
we just got to be careful that we don't spray. We want to keep that spray right here on the where we planted, because we don't want to. You don't want it in the food plot where stuff is supposed to grow.
Yeah.
That simazine is no joke. A lot of farmers used to plant or used to use simazine back in the day before they had Roundup Ready corn. They used to use simazine to knock those weeds down, let that corn get established. But this is quite a bit of work planting this stuff. I mean, we planted 150 yards of it at four rows at
2,400 rhizomes.
2,400 rhizomes. So we've been out here for quite some time, but boy, what a screen this will make. I'm excited to show you guys, you know, throughout this year and the next 3 or 4 or 5 years how this does. It's really going to change the game for the deer coming out into this food plot too. It should make them a lot more comfortable and hide these from spotters and the road, and you know, it's gonna do everything you want to benefit the deer. So Daniel's getting this sprayer ready, and he's gonna start spraying. Oh no. Did it suck back? Oh my gosh, it did suck in there, didn't it? Oh man. That sucker. I have to take it back. And
Steven just replaced this 2 days ago.
did he really?
Yeah, the freaking.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. It's been a few days since I planted the Miscanthus grass with the guys from Ravlin Hill. We got a pretty steady rain yesterday, which worked out perfect. We got this in, you know, perfect timing for that rain to hit. I'm super excited about how this turns out, and you know, the progression over the next few years. And I'm gonna go ahead and you know, keep you guys updated on how this is doing, and bring you guys right along with me on the journey of growing Miscanthus grass, gigantic Miscanthus grass. That's kind of a tongue twister, but like I said before in the video, if you guys are interested in picking this stuff up, they have a whole bunch of it down at Ravlin Hill Archery. Just tell them you watched the video and you want to plant some Miscanthus grass as a screen, and they'll hook you up. If you have any other questions about anything else, they'll, you know, answer it. They're extremely knowledgeable. Making sure you have a good seed bed is important. That harrow that Ravlin Hill has, they got that from Drew Campbell over at Westfield Ag and Turf. That machine is absolutely awesome. One pass, you've got a beautiful seed bed. I was really impressed with that. I mean, if you look at it, you can see, you know, he went up and down with that harrow once. Look at it compared to, you know, the plowed ground. Instantly, you have a beautiful seed bed. But I appreciate everybody watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to put a link in the description to Real World, their website, so you guys can look at this stuff. I'm going to put the phone number and address to Westfield Ag and Turf, and the phone number and address to Ravlin Hill Archery as well. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Scout. Oh, girl.